in seasons past, it would be the support who is picking up purple, because you would want the support to get close to the enemy hunter while you still remain kind of safe. We're going to try to get some poke right here. We miss a lot, jeez. That was a good dash by him. I thought those were going to hit. Somehow we missed those, but that's alright. We were able to push him out. We're just going to clear this wave, and now we should be able to establish some pressure in this lane. We might even make a play for the tower. Oh, he's dashing in. Into a full minion wave. That is his dash, and now we're going to charge, try to get him to knock back. We got some good poke on him. He's probably going to have to back pretty soon. Guan Yu's rotating behind him. We're going to try to help out. If we didn't miss our basic attacks, we would have gotten the pick right there. What a do, skibbity boo, it's your boy SeanyB Gaming, and today we have a viewer request to play Chiron as carry. If you are new to the channel, I upload every single day. I add some commentary to a game that I've already played with the intention of seeing what went right and what went wrong, and hopefully there's something that we can learn together. If you are a returning viewer, Chiron I feel like is a very average hunter. I don't think he does anything the best, but he's definitely not the worst. So let's go ahead and take a look at his abilities. Chiron's 1 is a circle attack that's going to mark enemies if it explodes on them. This ability is also going to provide 0.3 seconds of crowd control immunity before the explosion to any teammates. So if you see a teammate stunned, you can use your 1 and that should unstun them. Chiron's 2 is his masterful shot. Chiron is going to mark enemies with his basic attacks, with his 1, and with his ultimate, reducing their physical protections by 5%. So if you see an enemy that is marked, they have 5% less physical protections. Chiron is able to activate this ability and shoot arrows at all marked enemies, which is going to damage them and slow them. Chiron's 3 is Giddy Up. Chiron is going to gallop forward, knocking up minions and knocking enemy gods behind him. Chiron can fire basic attacks while charging. Chiron's ultimate, he's going to turn into the constellation and he's going to be able to fire 3 long-ranged arrows. These arrows can go through walls. If Chiron would have been killed during this ability, he does not die until his ultimate runs out. If Chiron's health goes below 0 or hits 0 and he's able to get a kill, he's not going to die. In fact, he's going to return to life with the amount of damage he dealt. Chiron's passive, every 12 seconds he's going to collect some herbs. Each time he uses an ability, it's going to consume one of these stacks, and it's going to heal either himself or the ally within 30 units based on who has the lowest health. So in terms of the build, we're going to be going with Hunter's Blessing, and then we're going to be going into the tier 1 of Transcendence. Transcendence is going to provide us 35 power, 300 mana, and 10 NP5. It's also going to allow us to start gaining stacks. Each stack is going to give us 15 mana, and then 3% of our mana is going to be converted to physical power. So at the full stacks, your Transcendence is going to have about 75 power, and once it's evolved, it's going to provide 10% cooldown. I think Transcendence is a great item for Chiron. It's going to help him with his mana, and it's also going to give him some good base power for later on when we build some hunter items on him. We're going to go ahead and rotate to our Harpy. We are queued with this Jeb. I think everyone else is a random. So we hit level 3. In terms of the leveling order, we're going to want to max out our 1, put points into our ultimate whenever we can, max out our 2, and then max out our 3. A general strategy is you want to try to get a mark on all the minions and then fire your 2. Let's see if we can keep the lane pressure going here. Jeb v Jeb. You gotta hate the matchups, but our Jeb's better. Let's see. We could potentially dash right here. We're going to use our 1, aiming for them, and we're going to use our 2 once we've hit all the minions. Get some free poke. Their purple is up, so we're going to make a play for it. Might not be the best time. In fact, it's not, because Jeb's able to just freely rotate right here. We're going to get some basics off. We're going to try to dash through the Chiron. We're going to fire our 2. The Chiron was able to dash into the wall. I don't think much is going to happen, so we're just going to rotate back to wave and try to clear it. I think they are on their purple, and by the time we clear this wave, they're probably going to be able to secure their purple. So we're now going to go check. And it looks like they secured it. Jeb was just rolling out. So we're going to clear one more wave and then head to our purple. We unfortunately did not connect with that Chernobog right there on our 1. Now that we've cleared the wave, it's time to head for purple. And I remember this Jeb saying, do you want to hit the enemy harpy before our purple? And we don't. We want to go hit our purple. Reason being, if we hit the harpy, our purple is going to be up longer, which means it's not going to be on respawn. We want to have our purple on respawn as often as possible so we can collect as much farm as possible throughout the game. The enemy purple is going to be spawning before our purple, so there is a chance we can steal their purple and then rotate to our purple without missing any farm and also getting them as soon as they spawn. Now that both purples are down, we can make a play for one of these side harpies.
Data leads to victory. Be right back. Okay.
We get knocked up by Jeb. We're going to use our 1. We hit every minion, so we're going to fire our 2. Since it's a 2v1, we're playing it very carefully. We're going to start falling back. Jeb's going to start rolling, so we're going to do a little sidestep. That is a mechanic we're going to have to watch out for. We use our 1. Our dash is very good, but we can be canceled out of it. So we need to make sure that when we use our dash, we can avoid the Jeb knockup. I think it's really just Jeb with the knockup. There are a couple of things that could stun us out of our dash, but I think the only thing we're really going to be seeing is the Jeb knockup in dual lane. Thor could cancel us with his wall, Scylla could cancel us with her root. Churn's dash is down, might be a good time to try to apply a little bit of pressure. We're going to sidestep his ability. If we use our 1 onto the minion wave, I think we would have been more effective trying to poke out the enemy gods with our 1. Because now that we have pressure, I don't think there's a whole lot we're going to be able to do with it. If we poke them out, the minions will push up to mid, and then they'd have to step out a little bit further. Thor's here, we're able to dodge him, but we kind of selling Jeb. I don't think there's too much we're going to be able to do. Chiron is landing on us. He's going for the Jeb. We use our 1, provides a little bit of CC immunity. Unfortunately, we do not have the mana, or else we would have ulted that Churn. Our Guan Yu rotates in. We're going to see if there's anything we can do. We use our ultimate. We hit 1 shot. We miss our 2nd shot. We hit our 3rd shot. Oh, we just don't have the damage, and we don't have the mana to fire our 2. Guan Yu's chasing. Blink from the Thor is going to allow him to get our Jeb. We're low on mana, so we're just going to head back to lane. We do have enough money for Transcendence. We're going to be going Transcendence instead of Boots as our first item because Chiron has a pretty safe dash. It's also going to allow us to get our power online a little bit earlier. So we have plenty of money. We're going to go ahead and back, buy Transcendence and start stacking it. So if you take a look at Chiron's little passive icon, you can see he has the 3, I don't even know what to call those. I'm going to call them cloves. He has the 3 cloves lit up as blue, and those are his 3 stacks. Each time he uses an ability, he's going to heal either himself or the ally that needs it the most. Jeb's in lane. Jeb's clearing lane. So now we're going to go back for the purple. Looks like they just dropped their purple, so they're a little bit ahead of us on the timer. I don't think we got any stacks from there. We might have gotten 1 stack. But now our main focus is going to be stacking Transcendence. We're going to be focused on the minion wave each and every time, at least until we get 20 to 30 stacks. Don't get me wrong, like if the enemy is pickable, we're definitely going to go for the pick, but we're not going to let any of these minions go under tower. We're going to be killing all the minions. They're sitting under their tower. I feel like we've had them pressed this entire game. We're a little far up, but looking at the minimap, Thor and Scylla are both in mid, so I don't think anyone's going to be rotating on us anytime soon. Looks like both Jebs rotated out, so now we have the opportunity to try to 1v1 this Chernobog. We need to be careful with our dash. We don't want to just dash and have Jeb knock us up, so we're going to run away. 1E rotates onto the Churn. We use our 1. We're able to get the pick onto him. Now we're going to dash. Oh, we unfortunately missed, so we don't get the knockback. Get a little bit of damage off, but Jeb's able to roll out.
Looks like we have a fearless warrior on our hands. Killing spree.
So now we got 22 stacks. That's providing us some additional mana, and then 3% of that mana is being converted to power. I don't think Jeb is really going to be able to contest this Harpy, so we're going to go ahead and make a play for this. We want to be hitting camps in between waves. We don't want to just be sitting in lane, especially if the enemy is just sitting under their tower. Just farming up, farming up. We're going to go ahead and rotate back to our purple. So their Churn missed a lot of farm right there. We have 2 levels on him now. Jeb did not hold any waves for him. So feels good to have some levels on him. Gonna feel very confident whenever it's just the 1v1 fight. And it looks like Jeb rotated out. So now we have that 1v1 fight. Churn was able to get the wave before we could even show up in lane. So we're just gonna clear our wave. We have enough money for boots. So we're gonna go ahead and back and pick up the Ninja Tabi. I think you could make the exception of going Warrior Tabi on Chiron. He does pretty well with power. However, I just like my attack speed boots on almost all my hunters. In the early game, the power can make a difference in how much burst you have with your abilities. But in the late game, I feel like the attack speed just outweighs the additional power you get from the Warrior Tabi. Please ult on us, Churn. Please ult on us. He goes mid. We're going to clear one more wave and then head that way. Might be a bad play. We probably should have rotated right away. But we're going to make a play for the minions. Get our stacks fully evolved. Now we're going to rotate mid. We do have our ultimate. Hades is able to get the pick onto 1. Oh, hey, Scylla. We just have to wait for her too. She's done so. Oop. Let's see if we can get our dash onto this Zeus. Knock him back. That is a Jeb shield. We have some shots off. Odin's able to get the pick. We're going to try to ult this Jeb. Terrible shots. I don't know. Rolling Rock Jeb was probably not the best target to try to ult. Nobody's really in mid, nobody's really in right. I think it's a good time to make a play for Gold Fury. You see Thor is on this Hades, so we're going to try to rotate behind. Thor's doing some damage, but so are we to him. We're going to fire our 2. Jeb's able to shield him. We're going to head back to our lane. Make sure that this Churn can't push the wave into tower. Oh, Churn's stepping up. Thor's here, that's why Churn's stepping up. We're going to dash out. Nobody can cancel us, so we're safe. 1E rotates in. I don't think there's a whole lot I'm going to be able to do, so I'm just going to back it up. After going into the Ninja Tabi, we're going to be going into Aussie. Aussie is going to provide us 20 physical power. It's going to provide us 20% physical lifesteal, 25% attack speed, and 15 flat penetration. It has a passive. If we drop below 35% health, we're going to gain an additional 30% lifesteal for 5 seconds, and this can only occur once every 15 seconds. I love Aussie. I love having lifesteal on my hunters. I know there's a couple of ability builds out there where you don't really have lifesteal, and I just can't seem to make those work. having lifesteal, I feel like, is just a lot more forgiving than not having lifesteal. We're going to go ahead and drop our purple. The purple buff is going to reduce enemies' protections by, I think, 15%, if I'm remembering correctly. But is also going to increase our attack speed by about 10%. So, in seasons past, it would be the support who is picking up purple, because you would want the support to get close to the enemy hunter while you still remain kind of safe. We're going to try to get some poke right here. We miss a lot, jeez. That was a good dash by him. I thought those were going to hit. Somehow we missed those, but that's alright. We were able to push him out. We're just going to clear this wave, and now we should be able to establish some pressure in this lane. We might even make a play for the tower. Oh, he's dashing in. Into a full minion wave. That is his dash, and now we're going to charge, try to get him to knock back. We got some good poke onto him. He's probably going to have to back pretty soon. Guan Yu's rotating behind him. We're going to try to help out. If we didn't miss our basic attacks, we would have gotten the pick right there. But Guan is able to get the pick. We have enough money for Aussie. Don't know if we're going to back quite yet. We have too much lane pressure to back. Nobody's over here, so we're just going to go ahead and clean up this tower. This tower is going to provide gold to everybody on our team. Everybody just got 75 gold. We're going to clear the next wave. Now we're thinking about rotating. We're so far up on the map and we have full health and a decent amount of mana. Our positioning is too good to back right now. We can gank in mid. We can just show up. We're also going to steal their red buff. Okay, now our positioning is terrible. We're going to use our Aegis. And it looks like they gave up, so I think we are out. But my thought process there was, they're pretty far pushed up in mid. We're pretty far pushed up in dual lane. If we rotate, we might be able to cut them off. We're healthy enough to participate in a fight. It's just, we probably shouldn't have stopped for that red, but at the same time, it looked like the team fight in mid was dispersing. So we wanted to get something. We're going to pick up our purple, back, and get Aussie. After going into Aussie, we are going to be going into the Heartseeker. The Heartseeker is going to provide us 65 physical power, 200 mana, 20 MP5, and 10% physical penetration. It has a passive that your abilities are going to deal an additional 3% of the target's maximum health as physical damage. If you have over 200 physical power, this is going to scale up. If you have 400 physical power, this caps out at 6%. Subsequent hits on the same target are going to deal 75% bonus damage for the next 3 seconds instead of the full 100% bonus damage. So the thought process is we have a lot of power from Transcendence. We're going to get a decent amount of power and penetration from the Heartseeker. Chiron has 4 damaging abilities, so he's going to be able to apply 4 different procs of Heartseeker. The 10% penetration is going to be helpful. Thor ult inbound. We just miss everything onto the Scylla. Thor ult. I think a Chiron ult was also coming. We're going to fall back. We do have our ultimate. Jeb gets a triple stun. Unfortunately, we did not have the follow-up. We're dodging the Scylla abilities. Walk right back into that ability. Guan Yu's here. He's going to get a stun. I don't know what that cast was for the 1. We're going to get our ultimate off, get some damage off. We're going to fire 2. Scylla dashes through to jungle. We might be able to catch up right here. We're just looking for a little bit of vision before we actually go in. We're going to dash in. We dash through the Scylla. We're able to get here. And we're able to get the pick onto the Chernobog. Now we can make a play for gold. And it looks like the enemy team surrenders. Well, if you guys enjoyed the game, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you feel like you learned anything at all, check out the channel and subscribe for more content. The full build will be in the description. This game was a little bit short. I feel kind of bad, but I will have the full build in the description. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you have a great day. I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.